You're still tuned into the United Football League, It's Our Game. A goal in their first encounter led to a draw.
With both squads in full force, can we expect a different result here in the second round? Check this out.
In their first round encounter, Kaya Signal all but seemed to have wrapped up a victory. But Loyola Meralco Sparks salvaged a draw with an equalizing shot in the closing minutes of the match. With Armand Del Rosario and Prince serving out suspensions, Ascal's keeper Topper Kamkam in Germany and forward Philip Zeman sitting out due to injury, Kaya Signal had to plug in several holes in its starting lineup. Assistant coach Mikey Carrion still used a 4-3-3 formation with Ascal's Ali Borromeo, Yannick Tuason and Anton Del Rosario playing their usual positions, but the question was how the new inserts would play with them. Meanwhile, Loyola Meralco Sparks was without Japanese reinforcement Takuyoshi Yoka and replaced him with new recruit Darren Hartman in the starting 11. Coach Carlo Rodriguez used his usual 4-5-1 formation but tweaked it a bit and moved Mark Hartman to his usual spot in midfield while making Alex Elnar as the lone striker. Knowing that they were playing against an undermanned squad, Loyola pressed Kaya early on defense, and when they had the ball, the boys in blue had quite a few opportunities to break the ice in the first 11 minutes of the match. Seemingly more comfortable at the midfield, Phil British Mark Hartman of Loyola fired a volley just outside the box that sent a message that they were going to attack every slight opening. Finally, in the 32nd minute, the younger Hartman would work his magic as he got the ball off a short corner kick, then lost his defender with a sudden change of direction before setting up Power Valeroso on the right side inside the box for the opening goal. Kaya Signal could not level the score by the halftime break, and so Loyola entered the intermission holding the advantage 1-0. Barely a minute had passed at the restart. Things got physical between Kaya's Yannick Tuason and Loyola's Rolly Perez. Loyola would end up on the losing side of the skirmish as Perez would be sent off with his second yellow card, leaving Loyola with only 10 men. The incident seemed to light a fire for Kaya as they suddenly became more aggressive and constantly attacked Loyola, leading to a handful of close scoring chances. However, the equalizing goal would elude Kaya each time around. Kaya had its best opportunity with only 12 minutes remaining, but Ascal's captain Ali Borromeo's free kick went wide right. Loyola would hang on and win the match over Kaya 1-0. Setting up his teammates for several scoring opportunities, including the one for the marginal goal, Mark Hartman is selected as the man of the match.
Now it's time to put on our thinking caps and turn on those light bulbs as we analyze the match you just saw.
Coming from 2 draws in their last few matches, Loyola Meralco Sparks finally added 3 points to their league standings after beating Kaya Signal 1-0. Loyola Meralco Sparks, led by the Hartman brothers on midfield, controlled the momentum of the match early on. Knowing that Kaya Signal will be missing the services of their defenders Armand Del Rosario and Prince, Loyola's high press at the beginning of the match proved to be effective. Man of the match Mark Hartman seemed to be a lot more comfortable playing the role of a floating center midfielder as compared to his solo striker position in the last match. His combination with his brother Darren on the right flank, as well as his accurate passes to Alex Elnar and Power Valeroso, proved to be a threat to the defense of Kaya. It took 32 minutes for Loyola to finally get a score through a well-orchestrated attack by Mark Hartman, beating the Kaya defense and finding Valeroso, who simply tapped the ball in for the goal. But just like their first round encounter, the match proved to be very physical and intense, with 9 yellow cards and 1 red card being issued by the referee. With only 2 minutes into the second half, Loyola's Rolly Perez was sent off for unsportsmanlike behavior. With one man down, Loyola held on to their lead with their disciplined defending, led by team captain Pat Ozaita. On the other hand, Kaya Signal, led by Ascal skipper Ali Borromeo, Anton Del Rosario, and Yannick Tuazon, had many chances in front of the Loyola's goal but could not convert their scoring opportunities. Their closest chance was an indirect free kick inside the box because Loyola's goalkeeper Greg Padrona purposely kicked the ball towards Tuazon. However, just like most of their second half attempts, they blasted the ball over the goal. It was a much-needed win for Loyola Meralco Sparks, who are slowly inching their way closer to the top 4 of the league standings, while Kaya Signal continued to hold a 1-point advantage ahead of Loyola Meralco Sparks after suffering their 4th loss in the league.
Did squads move up, go down, or stay put? Find out in our updated team standings.
If you want to see your favorite squads and players in action, then here's our upcoming schedule. Unlike football, we're not heading into extra time, so we're just about done for this week.
But you can always follow the UFL on Twitter at UFL Philippines or visit footballalliance.ph or like the LBC United Football League page on Facebook. I'm Mariel Benitez.
And I'm Paulo Buendia, and this has been the United Football League, It's Our Game.